there, sweet friends. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me on the mat, inspired by the beginning of our journey. This week's class is designed to be yoga for beginners, so all levels, just to ease into our body, open up our body, and stimulate energy for us to feel like our most vital selves. So with that, we'll begin in child's pose. So we're going to bring the big toes together to touch. Knees hip width distance apart. Back of our glutes can come onto the back of our heels as best as we can. We can use a bolster, a blanket, or towel just to lift ourselves up if that feels more comfortable. And then we're going to lean forward, bringing our forearms down, just easing into the hips. We still want to make sure as best as we can glutes are really pushing back onto the heels. And then when we're ready, we're going to walk our hands forward and bow our heads onto the earth, onto our mat. I'm just facing this way so you can see my posture here, or my alignment. And we're just going to reach our fingertips forward, stretching underneath our armpits, but we're using our hands to press and push back into our hips. And just anchoring into our breath here, beginning of our practice. The intention of yoga is to really return to the control of our breath. So controlling our inhale through the nose and controlling our exhale, maybe perhaps a little bit longer than our inhale. We can control our breath, we can control our mind. One more full round of breath here. Next inhale, we're going to shimmy our hands just underneath our shoulders. We're going to come up onto the knees. So our hips are stacked over the knees. We're on all fours here, so we find ourselves in this tabletop. Let's make sure our fingertips are as wide as they can be. We're just going to ease into the wrists by swaying our hips side to side. And maybe trace circles with their shoulders over the wrists. Maybe 2 more circles in one direction. Then let's balance out the circles in the opposite direction. Once more. And then we're just going to meet in neutral tabletop. So let's make sure both our index finger and thumb is engaged so we're not dumping all of our weight onto the outside of our wrists. And gaze facing forward. We want to tuck our core up and in. And the easiest way to do this, I say, is sometimes you just take a laugh, a chuckle at the end or at the start of the day. And so when we make that laugh, we engage our core to tuck up and in. And so keeping that engagement. Next inhale, we're slowly going to lift our gaze, lift our hips. We're lifting our chin, lifting our gaze up towards the sky, arching our spine. It's almost as if a string is pulling our bum up to the sky. And we're breathing into our abdomen here for cow pose. And on our next exhale, we're slowly going to tuck our chin to our chest, round our spine, push the earth away with our hands, round into our backs, finding yourselves looking like a cat. Inhale for cow, lift the gaze, lift the hips. Exhale for cat, round the spine, tuck the chin to chest, push the earth away. Once more, inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. Next inhale, we'll find neutral tabletop. We're going to bring our left hand to the center of our mat. As we inhale, right arm reaches nice and long overhead. And very slow and controlled, trace 3 circles with that right arm. And then we're going to thread our right hand behind our left. Bring our right shoulder down on towards our mat. Breathing into the outside of the top of our right shoulder. And we're going to press and push down into the mat with our left hand. Three more slow, full rounds of breath. Next inhale, nice and slow. Bring that right arm straight overhead. Swim it back down to the center of our mat. And then inhale, we're going to reach our left arm overhead. And slow and controlled 3 circles with our left arm. And then we're going to thread our left hand behind our right this time. Press and push into the earth with our right hand. And this time breathing into the outside, the top of our left shoulder. A few more full rounds of breath. Three more full rounds of breath. Nice and slow, we're going to bring our left arm back overhead. Swim it back down to meet our right. Keeping our hips stacked over the knees, we're just going to walk our hands forward in front of us and just finding this puppy pose. So really breathing underneath the space of the armpits here. One more full round of breath. Next inhale, slide or shimmy our hands once more underneath our shoulders. And we're just going to come onto the forearms. And what we're going to do is we're just going to trace a circle counterclockwise with our right fingertips. So we're tracing our right fingers in towards our chest. And then we're going to reach our right pinky out towards the side. So we're just playing with the internal rotation and external rotation of our shoulder. Inhale, bring our right hand back out. We're going to do this 2 more times, nice and slow. So tracing our right fingertips in towards our chest and then reaching our right pinky out towards the side. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale once more. Inhale, bring our right hand back. So we're resting on our right forearm, and this time we're just going to balance it out on the left side. So we're going to trace a circle clockwise this time with our left fingertips. Left fingertips trace in towards our chest, and then we're going to reach our left pinky out to the side. Inhale, trace that circle back in. Exhale, left fingertips reach towards our chest, and then left pinky out towards the side. Inhale, bring it back in. Once more. Exhale, trace the circle in. Reach left pinky out. Inhale, bring our left forearm back to meet our right. Let's come on back towards the wrists. And we're just going to warm up our wrists here. So let's come on to our knuckles. We're going to stay on to our knuckles. So we're going to keep our fist. We're just going to drop the top of our hands, or the top of our hands down towards our mat. Micro bend the elbows. So exhale, drop the tops of our palms up, still keeping the fist, bend the elbows. Inhale, press up, almost like this gorilla variation. We're going to do this 3 more times. So exhale, drop, pop at the top of the palms, bend the elbows. Inhale, press up, 2 more times. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. Once more. Exhale, bend. Inhale up. And then we're just going to tuck our toes and rest our glutes onto the heels. And so anytime tension manifests in the body, it actually begins with the bottom of our feet. So throughout our practice, I will always find ways for us to stretch out the fascia at the bottom of our feet. So we're going to stay here, spine nice and long, core tucks up and in. We're going to interlace our fingertips, and we're just going to trace 8 circles with our wrists. And then we're going to balance out those 8 circles in the opposite direction. Beautiful. We're going to come back down into our tabletop, lightly tap the tops of our feet. And then we're going to bring the tops of our palms onto the mat and have our fingertips face towards us. Just breathing into our wrists. 4 more slow, full rounds of breath. Keeping the tops of our palms to our mat, we're going to have our fingertips face towards each other for the last full rounds of breath. And we can just micro bend into one elbow, into the opposite elbow. And after our 2 full rounds of breath, we're going to extend this variation for 2 more full rounds of breath, nice and slow. Let's shake off the wrists. We're going to meet back in tabletop. And we're going to tuck our toes once again. Make sure our fingertips are as wide as they can be. When we're ready, on our inhale, we're going to hover our knees, engage our core. And on our exhale, we're going to reach our heels towards the backs of our mat for downward facing dog. And we're just going to bend one knee, straighten out the opposite leg. And then just pedal out the feet here. Ease into our hamstrings. Ease that stretch into our lower back. And let's take a cleansing breath here. So we're going to take the biggest inhale we've taken all day. And tongue out. Full exhale. And just like we practiced in our tabletop, make sure we're not dumping all of our weight onto the outside of our wrist. Engage that index finger and thumb and balance the weight, distribute it, engaging the fingertips, maybe micro bend the elbows, maybe micro bend the knees to get deeper into the stretch. Belly button, gaze is towards the belly button. Finding this triangular shape in our down dog. On our next inhale, we're going to walk our hands just behind our wrists, finding ourselves in this forward fold. On our inhale, we're going to halfway lift flat back, almost as if the top of our head's a carrot and we're being pulled out of the soil. And then exhale, fold. We can micro bend the knees. And then we're going to bring opposite pinky to opposite elbow. Tuck our chin towards our chest here. And keeping the spine, slowly turn and twist your body to the left as you breathe into your right IT band, to the right side of that thigh. One more full round of breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Keep the spine. And then slowly turn and twist your body to the right. And this time breathe and send energy to the left IT band, to the outside of our left hip. Next inhale, come back through center. Allow your hands to just drop and hang to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's make sure our toes are as wide as they can be. And we have 3 points of contact on towards our mat. So our big toe, pinky toe, and heel is firmly planted. Micro bend into the knees. Next inhale, we're going to windmill our arms nice and long overhead. We're going to come onto the tippy toes, strengthen and balance our ankles. Arms reach high overhead. And exhale, slowly drop the heels. Bring our hands to our heart center for Samasthiti. This just gives us the opportunity to reroute into our practice, return to our breath. Softly close your eyes and perhaps set an intention for your practice, whatever is resonating with you in this moment. And on our exhale, we'll drop our hands beside our hips. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And on our exhale, we're going to drop our left hand and reach our right arm to the left side of our body. Inhale, both arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, we drop our right hand and reach our left arm over to our right side body. Inhale, both arms reach nice and long overhead. On our exhale, we're going to cactus or goalpost the arms. Try to bring your shoulder blades together to touch. Fingertips are going to reach towards the backs of our room. Feet are hip width distance apart. We're going to micro bend the knees. And ever so slightly, we're going to lift our chin. Just baby back bend, gentle compression of our spine. Inhale, arms reach nice and long overhead. And exhale, we're going to melt into our forward fold. We're going to bend our left knee, left hand to the center of our mat. As we inhale, right arm reaches nice and long overhead. Exhale, drop our right hand to the center of our mat. Bend our right knee. As we inhale, left arm reaches nice and long overhead. Exhale, drop our left hand to meet our right. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold, bend into our knees, lift our heels. So we find ourselves in this toe squat variation. When we're ready, we're going to bring our hands forward in front of our knees. We're going to extend our legs straight back. So we find ourselves here in plank pose. And on our exhale, we're slowly going to lower all the way down onto the mat. We're going to keep our hands underneath our shoulders, tops of our feet pressing down onto the earth. And on our next inhale, slowly peel your chest from the mat, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. On our next inhale, we're going to tuck our toes. We're going to bend our knees. So we're walking our knees a little bit forward, and we're going to press up with our hands for this modified push-up. Then we're just going to walk our knees slightly forward so we find ourselves back in this tabletop variation. And let's come on to the knuckles just to give our wrists a break. And on our next inhale, let's just extend our left leg straight back. And then we're going to reach our right arm forward in front of us for bird dog. If it's easier, we can come back onto the left palm. Make sure all of our left fingertips are as wide as they can be. Energy is reaching out through our right fingertips and our left tippy toes. So we're balancing on our left wrist and pressing into our right knee. Try not to arch your back, flat back, core engaged. Next exhale, bring our right hand down, left knee in to meet our right. Maybe let's come on to our right knuckles, or if we're staying on the palm, make sure our right fingers are as wide as they can be. Next inhale, we're going to extend our right leg straight back. As we inhale, left arm reaches forward in front of us. Tuck our core up and in. Energy is reaching out this time through our left fingertips and reaching out through our right tippy toes. Finding the stretch, creating balance. not forgetting to find balance in our breath, cultivating balance in our mind. Exhale, lower left hand to meet our right knee to meet our left. Let's come on back onto the palms and mindfully sway our hips side to side. On our next inhale, we'll find tabletop. We're going to tuck our toes. Next inhale, hover our knees, engage our core. Exhale, reach our heels towards the backs of our mats to find downward facing dog. Pedaling out your feet, so bend one knee, straighten out the opposite leg. And on our next inhale, we're going to bring our right leg high for three-legged dog. And we're going to bring our right foot outside our right pinky finger. We're going to bend our left knee. Let's come onto the knuckles once more. We're just going to trace 4 slow circles with that right hip. After the 4th circle, bending our right knee over our right toe as best as we can. Then inhale, straighten, breathe, and focus into the top of that right ankle. On our next exhale, bend right knee over our right ankle. Try to keep your heel as best as you can onto the earth. Inhale, straighten our right knee. Exhale, bend. We're going to do this twice more. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. Cultivating strength through length. Once more. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. We're going to stay here with our right knee bent. On our next inhale, we're going to tuck our left toes, hover our left knee for a bit of strength. Inhale, reach that right arm overhead. Next exhale, drop that left knee down. Drop our right hand inside our right foot. And on our next inhale, once more, tuck our left toes, hover our left knee. Next inhale for a bit of strength, hover right knee outside our right elbow. And inhale, right leg comes back for three-legged dog. Exhale, drop our right foot back down to meet our left. Downward facing dog, pedaling out the feet. Next inhale, we'll find our left leg high for three-legged dog. Slowly bring that left foot outside our left pinky finger. Mindfully drop that right knee. Come onto the knuckles and trace 4 slow intentional circles with that left hip. And after that 4th circle, see if you can bend your left knee as best as you can over your left toe. Next, inhale, straighten our left knee. Breathe into our left hamstring at the top of our left ankle. On our next exhale, bend left knee over our left ankle. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Twice more. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. And exhale, bend. We're going to tuck our right toes, hover our right knee. As we inhale, left arm reaches nice and long overhead. Exhale, drop our left hand down. Mindfully drop that right knee. Maybe this time coming off the knuckles, back down onto the palms. Tucking our right knee once more, tucking our right toes, hovering our right knee. Maybe hug and hover left knee outside our left elbow. And then bring our left leg back for three-legged dog. Then drop our left foot back down to meet our right for downward facing dog. Pedaling out the feet. Let's take another cleansing breath here. So big inhale through the nose. Tongue out. Double exhale. Next inhale, gaze forward. Come high into the tippy toes. Micro bend the knees. Lightly hop. Feet just outside our hands to find ourselves in this low squat variation. We're going to bring our hands down forward in front of us. Inhale, straighten our legs as best as we can. We're going to widen our legs, just heel toeing them out to the side. And then we're just going to bend into our left knee, breathing into our right hamstring. Do that on the opposite side. Bend into our right knee, breathe into our left hamstring. And keep doing this at your own pace. And eventually, let's try to go as low as we can. So maybe we can reach our arms forward in front of us, or we can keep our hands up to assist us. And we're going to do this 4 more times. And then we're going to come back so we find ourselves in this wide angle forward fold. We're going to bring our hands to our hips. Inhale, halfway lift. We're going to extend our arms back behind us. Interlace our fingertips, still keeping our legs wide. And exhale, we're just going to rinse out our shoulders. As we breathe into the hamstrings, inside the thighs. Inhale, keep the bind, halfway lift. Exhale, unwind the bind. Bring our hands inside the hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, we're going to heel. We're going to bring our heels in facing towards each other. Bringing our hands to our heart center in prayer position. Next exhale, lower all the way down into the squat variation. We're going to bring our hands back behind us. We're going to crab walk our hands so we find ourselves with our toes facing forward. Triceps are engaged. We're just going to prepare for a reverse tabletop. So nice and slow. Inhale, lift the hips, engage the glutes, chin tucks to the chest. Really open up our heart, expand your collarbones. If it feels good, we can lift the chin. And exhale, slowly lower down on towards your glutes. We're going to extend our legs forward in front of us. And we're just going to bend our right knee. We're going to bring our right foot outside our left hip. Inhale, we're going to bring our right hand back. Left arm reaches across our right side body. Left elbow comes outside our right knee. And we're going to gaze over our right shoulder for this gentle twist. The gentle twist is coming. This is just helping our organs go through the detoxification process now that we're releasing any stagnant energy from our body through the heat of our breath. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Find this counter twist. So both hands to the left side, bend into our elbows. Inhale, press up. Extend our right foot forward. Bend our left knee. This time we're going to bring our left foot outside our right hip. Bring our left hand back behind us. Inhale, reach our right arm across. Right elbow down. inside the outside of our left knee. Confuse myself there. And we're slowly going to gaze over our left shoulder as best as we can, lengthening on our inhale, maybe sinking deeper into the twist on our exhale. Won't stay here too long. Try not to lose your control of breath. Gentle counter twist, so bringing both hands to the outside of our right hip. Bend into both elbows. Inhale, press up. Extend our legs straight. Have our toes flex towards us. Inhale, reach forward. Long overhead. And exhale, fold forward. See if we can grab our big toe with our index finger and thumb. We can grab the tops of our ankles. Or we can rest here. Just try not to round your spine. Really reach forward. Try to keep a flat back. And if you're over the hamstrings and you want to breathe more into your upper back, we can micro bend the knees, slide our hands underneath the knees, and slowly tuck your chin to your chest and breathe in between the space of the shoulder blades. Wherever we are, 2 more full rounds of breath. Wherever we are, we'll all meet with both our hands outside the knees. And inhale, vertebrae by vertebrae, slowly up. And when we're ready, we're slowly going to bend the knees and lower back onto our backs, vertebrae by vertebrae. We're going to keep our knees bent, heels rooted into the earth, and we're going to see if our fingertips slightly touch the backs of our heels, preparing for a bridge, just strengthening our pelvic floor. On our next inhale, we're slowly going to lift our hips. Once again, engage the glutes. Chin stays tucked towards the chest. And almost envision as if you have an invisible block in between your knees that you're holding together. One more full round of breath here. Exhale, slowly lower back down on towards the mat. On our next inhale, we're going to hug our knees in towards our chest. Wrap your forearms around your knees just to give yourselves a big embrace for carving out this space. And then see if we can grab the outside of both of our feet with both of our hands. Elbows inside the knees. So we find ourselves in this happy baby variation. And just mindfully rock side to side. And see if we can stay centered here in our happy baby. Breathing inside the hips for 3 more full rounds of breath. We're slowly going to bring our knees together to touch. And then slowly drop both knees to the left as we extend our right arm out to the right side of our body. We can stay here in the supine twist for this gentle twist. Or if we'd like, we can reach our right hand to grab for that left knee. So we're still in the supine twist, but we're just finding this quad stretch with our left quad. And we're still gazing over our right shoulder. Two more full rounds of breath. If we had the bind, release that left foot. Next inhale, bring both knees back through center and slowly drop both knees on over to the right. Left arm extends out to the left, gazing over our left shoulder. We can stay here, or left hand reaches for our right foot. Still gazing over our left shoulder, still finding ourselves in this twist, but breathing into our right quad. Two more full rounds of breath here. Inhale, unwind the bind if we had it. Next inhale, bring both knees back through center. Exhale, drop the bottom of our feet, but keep our knees bent. And then on our exhale, we're just going to drop our knees in towards each other. Just internal rotation as deep as we can go. Just one more full round of breath. Inhale, slowly bring your knees back up. Slowly extend our legs straight forward in front of us for the most important part of our practice, where we integrate all the benefits of what we've practiced. Called Shavasana, simply means corpse pose. So shrug our shoulders away from our ears, shimmy our body once more, just letting go of any stagnant energy. Hands by our hips, palms face up. Eyes softly close as we take one final cleansing breath. So big inhale through the nose. Tongue out. We'll exhale. And just see if you can gift yourself this space of stillness. Understanding that there is no right or wrong way to practice Shavasana. All it simply asks of you is to just be here and conscious of the thoughts that arise in this present moment, allowing them to come and go like waves in the ocean of consciousness. Slowly, before opening your eyes, just wiggle your fingertips and toes, bringing movement back into your body. And when you're ready, we'll roll onto the right side of our body, fetal position. Just taking this moment to acknowledge how you are feeling now compared to the beginning of our practice. And when we're ready, we'll press up to meet each other in easy seated pose. Hand cups over our heart center to return to that intention we set. Bowing our heads in reverence for the practice, in reverence for your effort, and the efforts of those shared around you. Thank you so much for being here. Namaste.